Sailing is finally here in old school RuneScape. I'm on a boat for the first time. This has been years in the making. Look at me, I'm next to Lumbridge. I'm in the Gulf of Alcarid right now. But today is a very special day because Jagex has blessed us with a sailing alpha. This is our first look at sailing. There are multiple brand new worlds in old school RuneScape that anyone can hop in and give sailing a try on. But I'm going to start off with the basics of how do you even sail in old school RuneScape. Well, first of all, you're able to move around on your boat. I have the level 1 boat, the raft. It's not exactly the boat of the super rich, is it? But as you level up sailing in the future, you'll be able to use bigger and better boats. So you're able to move around on your boat. Well, how do you actually start sailing? There's this thing at the back of the boat called the helm. So if you navigate the helm, that puts you into sailing mode. This helm is essentially what you use to steer the boat. So you can just click to go in the direction that you want to go in. And this actually feels pretty damn intuitive and old school. Point and click to move. Now, when we do actually want to move, we have to set the sails. So that's literally just clicking on the sails and we'll start moving in the direction that I'm facing. And then I can click and I can move pretty damn intuitively. And I think this is super old school. I actually really like the movement. It feels exactly how it should do. And if I want to stop, then I can unset the sails and my boat comes to a standstill. You can also engage with sailing through the side panel. In addition to the things we just did, I can also reverse the boat and it slowly starts moving me backwards. But I can go forwards using these buttons as well. One other thing to note is that at points the wind picks up and you can trim the sails for an extra speed boost and sailing XP. Beautiful. We're now drifting around this little bay. It's so nice. There's just so much to discover. I'm just trying to sail up the River Lum right now. Can we actually get into Lumbridge? That's the question. Please let me squeeze through here. So this is what happens when you crash into the side. You don't die, you just sort of stop. Oh, now this is what I'm really excited for. Pulling up the world map, and it's completely different. We have oceans. We have brand new islands. The Great Conch. What's this down here? Anglerfish Light, Shard Island, the possibilities of sailing. This is what everybody wanted, to just be able to sail and explore the world of Gielinor with a fresh new lens. This is really, really exciting. Oh my god, there's actually so many. The Western Ocean, the Crystal Coast, No Man's Ocean. Let's go around here. On top of the wilderness, there's new islands all over this world map. Okay, that's interesting. As you level up your sailing, you can dock at these new locations. So that's a benefit of training the skill. Right, I'm on the high seas, and I just want to go and explore this entire new map. I wonder if they let us actually go up to these new islands. This is actually so cool. I can just sail up to Tutorial Island right here. You can just go all over the seas. So I'm approaching the first brand new island here, and if we stop and take a look, this is the Pandemonium, which is essentially the hub of where you're going to start sailing. Pandemonium is the introductory quest that you do to start sailing. It's the first thing you do in the alpha if you hop on, and it teaches you the ropes. Right, so now I'm stopped inside the docking bay. I can just disembark onto this gangplank. I'm back to being a landlubber as I once was. What is this? The bank crab. And it is a bank. This island is pretty basic and bare bones, to be honest. Can I go in this hole? Oh, I can. Where does this take me? This is exactly what I wanted from sailing. The exploration element. It's a brand new dungeon, more rocks and all sorts of different things. The possibilities for expansion are really endless with this skill, and that is the reason that I voted yes to sailing. Now that's the thing, I was a yes voter, although I'd say I was a cautious yes voter. I've got the mindset of, I like the game as it is, so I'm worried about big changes. But I think sailing actually changed the game the least out of the skill proposals, because it's actually self-contained on the sea. Oh no, I'm trying to skirt around the storm to explore some islands. I don't know if Jagex is going to let me pass though. Can I get through here? Ah, I'm taking damage. Wow, that actually wasn't a barrier. I'm sailing through brand new lands right now. What even is this island? Okay, new stuff. Okay, let's see if I can disembark. I might not have a high enough sailing level. I can get onto this random new island. What? Okay. Magic trees in the middle of nowhere, bank chests and everything. We've got a new skill coming to the game, so why not train up a new skill in real life? Today's partner, Boot.dev, is perfect for that. Boot.dev teaches you back-end web development in Python, Golang, and SQL. Now, I did some coding as part of my degree at university, and I actually really enjoy the problem-solving element of it, and it's something I would recommend trying to learn. And the best way to learn is to make sure you're never bored. Boot.dev gamifies the process with quests, XP, and leaderboards. I'm rolling back back the years here and relearning a bit of Python stuff. If you're not familiar with boot dev, it's really easy to use. On the left-hand side, you have a lesson, and then you have an assignment to do. And on the right-hand side, this is where you're writing all of your code. Because writing lots of code is the best way to learn coding. And if you ever get stuck, you can ask Boots the Bear Wizard a question. Okay, let's go with spear length there. Submit the code and celebration. I got it right, and I can move on to the next lesson. So go to boot.dev and try out the courses for free. Then use my code SOLARMISSION to get 25% off your entire first year if you choose the annual plan. Oh, is this going to be an impassable barrier here? So I can't get to the big island, the Great Conch. I want to get there. Will I be able to get through? Something tells me no. Although, I'm through. Okay. I feel like I'm opening my Christmas presents about 6 months early right now, but we're going to try and see what's over here. The Great Conch. This island is actually massive. Will I be... There's no way they're going to let me get off here, surely. I genuinely haven't seen anyone else. I feel like I'm discovering this as the first person ever. Oh, I see new trees. Balsa tree. What is that? So there's a Calquat patch. Hey, 10 sailing. I think I can get a better boat now. The question is, will I be allowed to dock at this docking point? You can't access this dock during the alpha. No! They're just teasing all this new stuff. Okay, I'm just going to sail around and see what I can see anyway. Ooh, what's this? We've got a new granite and sandstone mine. That's actually an efficient spot there. It says that's a farming patch there. What does that even mean? Maybe it's seaweed or something like that. We've got fishing spots on the map, but they're not in the game yet. This genuinely is everything I was hoping for from sailing. Just going around, looking at new islands, all this sort of stuff. It's so cool. Oh, it's a massive lighthouse. No, I need level 15 sailing to get off here. Okay. Fine, I'll go and train it up a bit. Another player out at sea. Hello, sir. When you go on top of someone else's boat, it goes into a shadow, which I actually do quite like. But yeah, sailing is not an instance. You can see other people on the high seas. Okay, I've reached the edge of the playable map that they're letting us do. They're keeping us in this pen for the alpha. There's a wall here all around the starter area, but there's so much more sea out here in the game. It's incredible. So for release day, it's going to be, oh, I honestly can't wait. Right, let's go and upgrade this little dinky raft. Oh my, who are these? Quasimondon level 64. There are animals in the water? Wait, what? I found a little herd of them. Oh, okay. I can't attack them yet because combat at sea is not currently enabled in the alpha. Not that I was going to attack them anyway. Sorry, Greenpeace. Oh my god, I've got to sail back through the storm again. Wait, hold on. What happens if I just die to the storm? Let's purposely die here. Okay, for science, what happens? I'm washed up here. Wait, where is this? Oh, it's that island I was at before. Is that the closest island, maybe? Can't board my boat because it's been capsized. I got capsized? How do I get out of here? This home teleport better take me back to the start of the playtest. Right, we're back. Oh, here we go. I can retrieve my boat from Shipwright Sam. There we go. Beautiful. Wait, why is there a... There's a wizard doing some crazy stuff. Oh, she brought my boat back. Nice. Okay, I'd like to buy a new boat. We'll get a bigger, nicer one with my 10 sailing now. I can also use this guy to customize my boat. Let's go and do some little modifications in here. There's a bunch of supplies, and also we can choose which place to upgrade. And now I think my boat is ready to survive some storms. Look at it. It's looking beautiful. No more terrible little raft. There's also things we can build on the boat. All right, let's build a salvaging hook and the wind catcher. I have no idea what any of this stuff does right now. Let's find out. Okay, so on this new boat, I have more space to run around and do things, but the fundamentals remain the same. I navigate at the helm and I set sail. Okay, let's now activate the wind catcher. When the wind blows in 1 second, that means that I can trim the sails and I actually end up with the wind stored. You see, I don't get the speed boost when I have the wind catcher active. I can choose when to release the speed boost. So that might be good for opportune moments. In fact, you get more XP for using a wind catcher than you do for trimming the sails normally. The next thing to make use of is going to be the salvaging hook. We need to go over to a salvaging site. So we've stopped right next to the shipwreck, and now I am salvaging from the shipwreck. And this is meant to be a super AFK and low XP method. And I'm getting sailing XP for salvage. After a few minutes, I've looted all I can from this shipwreck, so I have to navigate and then find another another one. But it is a few minutes of chilling, which is really nice. Let's just stop off over here, join these gamers, and get to salvaging. It's almost like fishing or woodcutting. You click and you chill. When you fill up your inventory, you could just drop your salvage like you drop fish, or you can store it in your cargo hold, and then we can take it back to shore. I can then take my salvage ashore and sort my salvage at the salvaging station to give a bunch of weird little loot, which is interesting. I guess the loot's not going to be amazing from this method, seeing as it is very AFK. Our next training method to gain XP is charting. Now, these are one-time completable tasks. I can come into my cargo hold and take all the charting tools I need from there. Now, if we go into the captain's log, we can view the charts to see what we have and haven't done yet. So the first task we have to do in here is to use the spyglass to get a good view of the wizard's tower from the north. And as you can see, these little bubbles are going to be where I'm going to be trying to do this task. If I unset the sails and stop navigating here, that means that we're looking at the wizard's tower from the north. Let's use the spyglass, look through here, and we have this one-time completable task, which is going to give me sailing XP. XP gained and task completed. If we go back on our charts, then that turns green, and there are so many more things to do and explore. Okay, we've run across something else. Let's chart this. Yes, thank you. Basically, any points of interest along the way, you can chart and get XP for it. I actually really am a big fan of this, and I hope that it goes all the way up to high levels. I'm imagining when you're like 90 sailing, you can chart some treacherous thing up here, and it gives you like a 100k XP drop. I think it should always be worth your time to come and chart stuff. It just gets you out sailing and exploring the seas. Oh man, I'm just a sucker for a to-do list. I already know I'm going to spend all my time completing these. Pull up, hit the spot, chart the location, and we keep on sailing. Okay, I see there are some tasks to test currents. Test currents near the bandit camp. Right, now, I think what I do is I drop the current duck in the water. There it goes. We've got to follow him. It's literally a duck. Where are we headed, Mr. Duck? Lead the way, my friend. Is that it done? If we collect the duck now. And I track the current. Beautiful. Okay, now that I'm a higher sailing level, I can actually go back to some of these islands that I haven't explored yet. One thing I would say is this trimming of the sails and then using the wind thing is super satisfying at 150 XP. I really hope that scales up at higher levels, so you get a satisfying like 1k XP drop like every now and then. That would be so nice feeling. A brand new island, Charred Island. What have we got on here? Red salamanders. We've got some rock crabs. Come on, dark hole. What's going to be in the dark hole, man? Oh, this looks big. Red dragons. Oh my. We're exploring. I'm going to die. I'm level 3. What even isn't it? Baby black dragons. We've got black dragons in here. Are they rune rocks over there? Oh my. Oh, please don't kill me. I beg. Please do not even look at me. Lesser demons. We've got more baby blacks. This is all multi-combat as well. Oh my god, I'm 10 HP. This is so sketchy. Necreals, dust devils as well. Yo, fire giants. Okay. Oh my god. What am I doing, bro? Oh, where's my ship? Something interesting is that you can actually perform actions as you're sailing. Watch as I bury these big bones. That means I can alch while sailing. That means I can do fletching while sailing, crafting while sailing. It's an interesting thing. So multi-skilling is an option here. We are currently cruising into the Feldip Strait as there's another salvaging spot over here. I'm now level 25, so I can salvage pirate shipwrecks for different types of loot. Let's see what we get. More XP and plundered salvage. Oh, just in time I came back from the kitchen for a level. That's how AFK this thing is. Alright, let's test the loot from the plundered salvage. Wow, actually not that bad. And I'm guessing these are new items. A large plank and large logs. Interesting. Sailing specific items from plundering. So maybe you have to do a bit of it. The next sailing training method is port tasks. Now these are repeatable. You walk up to the board and depending on your level, you pick yourself out a port task. So if I look at this one, it's a courier task. So I have to take something from Port Sarim to the Pandemonium. If I select that one, that means I can come over here, take some cargo, And I've got myself a nice thing to get back on my boat and transport that across the map. I'll deposit my cargo inside my thing, and then we are setting sail to the Pandemonium. And I am a UPS driver right now. I think this is the medium intensity method because salvaging is super AFK. This is somewhat active, but when you're sailing on your boat, you can be chilling for a good old 20-30 seconds if you're going in the right direction, which I am not apparently. We then get to the port, stop navigating, and we're going to withdraw our cargo, and we have made our delivery. And then you can instantly pick up another task and sail away and do it again. I'm actually a big fan of this trading method. It means that you have to sail all over the globe, delivering things, killing monsters. It's essentially like the hunter rumors or farming contracts of sailing. All right. Port Khazard, out we get. I can do this now because I'm 30 sailing for this port. Deposit my cargo. And you actually have to claim your rewards from the port master. So I'd get sailing XP and I get some loot. Baby dragon bones. Right. Okay, so it's not just XP from that as well. Now 30 sailing is the maximum level you can reach in the alpha. And it just so happens that I have one thing left to test. The Barracuda trial, which requires 30 sailing. Now the Barracuda trials take place in the stormy areas of the map. So around Temperos, there's a bit of a storm going on. It's this area with the rapids and the storm clouds that we visited earlier. The Barracuda trial is sailing's high intensity training method. You can start the trial with rum-dashed Ralph. Now we have some options here. The more difficult the trial, the more sailing XP you get. Although for now, I can only do the swordfish rank. It's on. I have to go over these gentle rapids because they speed me up. Getting hit by any sort of cloud slows me down. And the objective here is to collect as many lost supplies as possible while making my way through the course. As you can see, it's a little bit tricky and there is definitely skill to this. Once I make it to the other side of the course, I can collect my rum and then I've got to take it back to Ralph in the north in speedy time. There's 2 minutes on the clock. Man, I definitely need practice doing this. I'm not the best. I can't lie. Okay, I need one more supply crate to get bonus XP. Trim my sails as well to go faster. Let's get this crate. And then now we deliver the rum and that is the trial completed. A big XP drop. And I made time, which means that I can go on and try the next trials. Okay, so for Shark, I need to collect 2 rums, so that's 2 laps, and 25 lost supplies, so that's a lot more crates. Let's give it a go. Oh, I missed it. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? The wheels are falling off. Oh my god, get these. I'm so bad. You are trolling me. The stupid cloud, why did you have to go off at that time? Oh, I'm not going to make it now, am I? Come on, get me there, please. Oh, please. Please. The seconds are ticking. The seconds are ticking. Is that it? Have I done it? I didn't even get enough supplies. I'm actually trolling. Oh my god, now I've made time. But where are the supplies? Oh, no. Do you have to get literally every single supply there is? Okay, this is actually going to be way harder than I thought it was going to be. The sail trim coming in the last second. Please don't hit me, this cloud. No way. It's going to smack me. I already know it. Oh, humble. Humble cloud. This last rapid. This is the last box. Come on. I can make it. Oh, I thought I didn't get it. I can make it. I can make it. I can make it. Surely. Surely. 58, 57. Throw those over. Yes. Right, Shark rank is completed. Beautiful. You do have to get all the crates on that one, so you got to be thinking about your route quite a lot. The hardest mode on this Barracuda trial is Marlin. You're going to get 3 rums, 36 crates in 5 minutes. Is this going to be a step too far? Let's see. Okay, I mean, I've got 1 more rum left, and I've run out of time, and the boat's all the way up there. So this is actually going to be pretty tricky. I feel like a lot depends on your pathing and routing as well. Quick reset. I'm already addicted, man. I'm already addicted to this. Is that a good sign or a bad sign? Okay, as I go through my best run, which isn't actually that good, let me share some of my remaining thoughts on sailing. As you can probably tell, I'm actually very impressed with this first look, this alpha. You've got to remember, this is not the finished product yet. This is literally the worst it's ever going to be, which is impressive in my opinion. For me, sailing does absolutely feel like a skill. There are multiple different training methods. There's plenty of room in a reward space that just makes sense. The ability to sail on the sea, that is a skill, in my opinion. This looks like a minigame, yes, but it's like what Winterton is to fire making. The Barracuda Trials is that with sailing. It's just a minigame-esque element of it. I think my favorite thing about sailing is the exploration, and I think charting is a brilliant way to just bring the whole of the sea to life. I alluded to it earlier, but I really do think that when you reach high levels, you should definitely go and chart for the first time something and get huge XP for it. It's like agility. I've seen an idea of this before, that for the first time you jump over an obstacle, you should just get like 5k XP just to encourage you to go and check out all the obstacles in the game. The consistent training options in salvaging, in port tasks, and at the high end, the Barracuda Trials, they all feel like balanced, and hopefully the XP reflects that. And that's one thing I have to mention. I really hope that it's balanced in such a way that different activities are best at different points of your journey. Say this Barracuda Trial is level 30, when you get to level 50, maybe it's a bit outdated and port tasks are better until level 60 and you unlock the next Barracuda Trial, for example. As for XP rates, I am in favor of keeping them low-ish for the early game, but really ramping them up quite high in the late game. I don't think it serves much of a purpose having a slow skill past level 90, for example. I think at least 200k an hour, possibly even more for 90 plus sailing. I know a lot of people probably won't agree with that, but do you really get anything out of slogging over slow XP at high levels? I don't think so. I think you should extend the journey from the low and into the mid game, and at the end game, just let the XP rip. Like, no one's got time for 100k XP an hour, for example. I think that gives people time to enjoy the methods of the different journeys along the way in the low and mid game, and there's not much of a journey to go on from level 90 to 99 in a skill. It's just pure grinding. So yeah, I would love to see that bit being fast. And I would say, if you're not impressed by the content of sailing, remember there is so much more to come in the coming years, and even on release. We've just explored a tiny area there, and it's super low level focused right now. There are elements of sailing which I'm not too sure on. I think PvP sailing is a bit of a meme, to be honest, but it remains to be seen. From what I've seen so far, they've done an excellent job. Like, you've got to ask yourself, even if you don't want sailing, I think they've implemented it very well. I can't really think of much they could have done better here. The movement's intuitive, it all feels very old school, and they've delivered on what they promised us, to be honest. And at this point, sailing is coming into the game. It's already past a poll, so you may as well hop on the alpha and just give them a hand and say what you don't like about it, because I'm sure they'll be listening to all the feedback. I'm super curious to see what people think. I've put this poll up on my community page just to see if sailing passes in an unofficial capacity from this point. Either way, I'm going to be showing off more sailing as they release more stuff, and of course I will be going hard on release, so subscribe so you don't miss a thing.